I called off the wedding because he was cheap. I, 31 female, struggle with my fiance's 32 male frugalness and not sure if I want to marry him anymore after a 3-year relationship. Throwaway, as my fiance follows my regular account. I met my fiance 3 years ago. He came out of an abusive marriage just 2 years before we met. One of his ex's things was financial. She bled him dry, made him buy expensive jewelry only to give it away or break it after an argument. Designer shoes, clothes, big house, cars, Caribbean trips, you name it, she made him pay for it. She also took him to the cleaners in the divorce. However, my fiance is very well off. He makes far over 6 figures, almost 7. On top of that, he inherited a few million from his grandfather, and his parents gifted him and his siblings a few cool. So yes, the financial abuse was bad, but he did not suffer financially. He has more money than he will ever need. So last year, I moved into his house. I did not pay rent, but I split the bills and bought food. I pay for my own clothes and jewelry. I have a good job and I can take care of myself. However, things have been taking a turn for the worse and I feel miserable. His house was empty when I moved in. He had hand-me-down furniture, maybe 3 forks and 2 knives. He wouldn't put on the heating, so the house felt cold and moldy. He has no curtains, no decorations. His ex took everything, not bolted down, and he was too cheap to replace it. Just imagine a $1 million house like that. I'm grateful that I can live in this house. It's something I could never afford myself, but I didn't want to live in squalor. So I bought some kitchen supplies, some furniture, but at some point I realized I was dipping in my savings all the time and he did nothing. I looked into curtains, but those things are expensive. His house has so many windows, it's crazy. I didn't want to pay for this anymore. I told him I needed a fund to furnish the house. He blew up at me that I was just with him for his money. The fact is, if we break up, I have nothing. The house isn't mine. If I spend all my savings on his house, I will be left with absolutely nothing. He wants a prenup and I'm fine with that, but I can't help but feel used. Next to that, I'm jealous of his ex-wife. I feel like she got treated and I am neglected. He proposed to his ex on a cruise with a $10,000 white gold diamond ring. I got the rhodium-plated Swarovski stuff that might cost like $100. The proposal was at a picnic in the park I organized, paid for groceries, and slaved in the kitchen for. I almost said no out of pure disappointment. However, I'm afraid to bring it up and be called a gold digger for wanting basic necessities and a ring that costs more than $100. I don't want to be funding a millionaire's lifestyle. He loves everything as long as I pay for it. As soon as he has to pay for it, it's frivolous and unnecessary. I can live like a poor person by myself. At least the fact that there are literal millions lying around doesn't hang over me to bum me out, and I would just be paying for my own lifestyle. Would I be the a-hole for calling off a wedding purely for financial reasons? Because I love this man, but I imagine our cheap wedding in